May 24th, 1942. In response to the Soviet offensive, the Germans went on the offensive on their own. While the Stavka was expecting some kind of counterattacks, what it did not expect was the scale of this maneuver. The Germans simply brushed aside the left wing of the Central Front, they crossed the Don, they took Voronezh, and then they swung northwards. While I understand the need of counterattacking north of the advancing Soviet forces, why marching northwards? Are the Germans trying to take the long road to Moscow or what? Well folks, as always, time will tell what their plans really are. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new weekly episode of War in the 2D Online Game Challenge, and this will be, I fear, the longest episode I have ever recorded in this series, because this week there is a lot going on and there is a lot that has to be done. And before going into this turn summary and the events, you might be wondering why I decided to start this episode by focusing on this area of the map. Well, the most veterans of you might have already noticed that there are 3 air bases which are now occupied by the enemy, and these are the ones of Kastornoe, this one here, Shatalovka, and Voronezh. Well, my friends, because I was kind of expecting it, but not to this proportion, not to this extent, but this week the Axis, or I would say my opponent, launched a counter-offensive, not against my advancing troops, but against the troops of the Central Front. And well, as you can see from the from the map, he was quite successful. And what was very interesting was that he basically routed all of the men of the 54th Army, and I think the one of the 28th as well, exactly. He just brushed them aside without facing any meaningful opposition. Which is now interesting because now this advance puts my southern sector here, let's say, a little bit at risk, but let's say I'm optimistic and I'm not giving up on my I would call it the Kharkiv Belgorod Sumy offensive. Yeah, why not? Also because he seems to be sacrificing the 23rd Hungarian Light Infantry Division. Because yeah, this week I will just besiege it, and then hopefully next week I will wipe it out from the Axis order of battle. What is, however, concerning for me now is the extremely exposed, let's say this is now the left flank of the Central Front, because again, I don't know if my enemy, if my opponent had or has parked here 1 or 2 FBD units, but he could easily, let's say, cross the Sosna River, take Yelets, and then follow the railway line over here and reach maybe Tula, Kashira, or maybe he could launch an offensive over here to trap all of the troops of the Central and Bryansk front, or I would say what remains of the Bryansk front over here, and then from here march again against Moscow. And let's say this is the worst case scenario. Which means that this week I have to mobilize all of the mobile reserves that I have over here in the Western, Bryansk, and Central fronts. And speaking of reserves, one thing that I noticed is that in the past episodes I have been kind of neglecting the reserve tier box, because if I now look out at the what units I do have in the reserve theater box, well, I was pretty upset to see, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tank corps. And yeah, this is annoying, I would say. But still, one thing that I have to do, actually, you know what, let's do it now, and then I will go to the turn summary. And actually, before the turn summary, I will discuss briefly about the reorganization of the Red Army. Let's have a look, first of all, at all of the units and the units which have the TOE, maximum TOE to 0. We said they are depleted, so let's bring it back to 100%. Perfect. And status depleted, and in refit mode. Exactly. Then let's pick the tank cores. Alright, the tank cores, transfer them on the map. And then, based on my information over here, I have the 69th Rifle Division. Where is it? 69th. And of course I need to select all of them. And size is not a core, so it's this one here. Transfer unit to the map, and let's see what else. What else have we here? Motorized brigades. Yeah, this goes to the map as well. Why is it? Oh yeah, to the map. The 5th has arrived. Okay, this turn. The 9th this turn. Okay, right. Depleted, refit mode, perfect. These are all ski battalions that they will all be gone in, I think, August or September. So I don't mind too much having them here. Then here I have, okay, the 398, the 411th, and turn number 50. So next turn I need to bring the 278th. The 278th is over here, perfect, to the map. And the 69th has been removed, so let's save it. The 76th, I think, is this one here, so next week I will bring it back to the map. The 130th has to arrive, and okay, perfect. So, yeah, that's almost it. Unit name. And let's then select just the artillery, the anti-tank, guns. What else do I have here? Artillery construction and rockets. Okay. And rockets. And those that do not disband can go to the map. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Yeah, I think that should do it. And right, so briefly, let's have a look at. Let's talk about the reorganization of the fronts. Yes, because I realized that okay, the Crimean front will be gone in 15 turns, 16 turns. So yeah, I will have to reassign some armies to the North Caucasus front, but maybe not now. But what I will do now is to reassign at least the 56th Army from the Southern Front to the North Caucasus front, and I will progressively shift the armies. For instance, the 12th Army from the Southwestern to the Southern Front. And I will maybe reassign the 54th Army from the Central Front to the Southwestern Front, because now I need to reestablish a solid quote defensive line over here, and to do so I also need to let's say liberate some more units, some more armies from the Central Front. Otherwise I risk getting the Central Front, which by the way ended up being over here, completely saturated and overloaded, and this is something that I want to avoid when playing as the Soviets. So luckily I have enough fronts, and also I will receive soon the Voronezh and the Stalingrad front. So oh right, I also have here the Transcaucasus front, so it's amazing. I won't have problems with command capacity, to be honest. And yeah, so that's it concerning the front's reorganization. Let's have a look briefly at the turn summary now. I suffered 80,000 losses, received 37,000 men, of which 50,000 came from the theater boxes, and the Axis lost 29,000 men. I bet these are mostly the Hungarians being routed and then defeated over here. 81,000 men received. Okay, that's good. What else? Events. We have partisans in all of North America and Mexican tanker. Blah blah blah. Okay. So Mexico now joins the war. Perfect. And losses wise, okay, 5,600, 79,000. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. And 5.2 million. That's pretty bad, to be honest. Losses, yeah, 288. But at least I didn't lose a single pilot, which is very good. And the Axis lost 15, which is even better, to be honest. And no, the manpower. Okay, that's. Whoa. I have over 1.1 million men advantage on my opponent. I feel unstoppable right now, but maybe these will be my last famous words. I don't know. And guns. Okay, whoa, look at this thing, crazy. AFVs, okay, 4,000 advantage, and okay, aircraft. Yeah, it's okay. It's going up a little bit. And what else? Yes, I need to reorganize my fronts. What is interesting that I noticed is that the 10th Motorized Infantry Division apparently had enough movement points to attack Voronezh, but didn't have enough movement points to attack this fortified region here, which is amazing because now I can actually and actively reinforce these lines over here to put pressure on my opponent. And yeah, let's see. I will do my best also to reshuffle the units of the southern and the southwestern fronts, because all of the units that will be disbanded at some point, I might use them as cannon fodder. I might throw them at the enemy at the enemy forces to just, let's say, to fight some delaying and rearguard actions, while the bulk of the reserves will be flowing from Moscow to the Caucasus region, assuming that my opponent is now pushing towards the Caucasus. But let's see, time will tell. And I would say enough talking for now, folks, and the time has come, as always, to jump straight into the episode. Alright, I find it funny that one of you guys in the comment section of the previous episode, of last week's episode, said, "You haven't learned anything." And it looks like I really didn't learn anything. But let's say, if there is really one lesson that I did learn from the past, from the Crimean offensives, is that you do not attack the Germans in kind of spring 1942, because somehow they're still too strong. And so if you cannot attack the Germans, you attack the Axis, Germany's allies, in this case the Hungarians. And again, I was not expecting this kind of counterattack. To me, this doesn't even smell like a counterattack. It smells more like an offensive. But again, by taking Voronezh and then by advancing north, let's say, in the worst case scenario, what will happen next week? And I have to say, I'm really gambling now. What will happen next week is that he will attack me ideally in the right flank, in the right wing of the Central Front, or he might attack me in the sector of the Bryansk Front, where there is the railway that leads up to Tula. And from there, he could ideally encircle the entire Central Front. That's my worst case hypothesis. But as I said, I think I will gamble, and I will leave the reserves of the Bryansk Front in place. Because if this happens, at least so either if he attacks me in the sector of the Bryansk Front, I doubt he will push through this massive line of units there. If he attacks me in the sector of the central front, well, there might be troubles. But at least I might launch a counterattack with the tank corps of the Bryansk front. This time, yes, I did learn the lesson of February of sending the Bryansk front deep behind the enemy lines to just witness its most absolute collapse in no time. So, yeah. I will also launch some counterattacks, hoping to, I don't know, expose his weak flanks and, I don't know, try to convince my opponent to divert more troops to protect his flank. And I would say that's all for this brief commentary. I let you enjoy the rest of the episode, folks. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I truly wish you all the best, and I'll see you all again in the next episode.